your criminal history record. Based on these factors, then we will either set a signature bond for you, in which case you won't have to pay for the bond today, but you will have to comply with the conditions in order to maintain your signature bond. Failure to comply can result in your signature bond being surrendered. Others may receive what we call a surety bond or a cash bond. And in that particular case, you would have to pay for the bond out of your own pocket, and certain conditions may still attach. The next court date for some of these cases is going to be March 20th at 9 a.m., and that's going to be also via Zoom. So if anyone plans to attend, please make sure you get the Zoom link from the clerk's office. Courtroom 2, who shall we begin with?
Position number 21, Millen.
All right, thank you. Meanwhile, public defense counsel or conflict counsel, if you have a client who needs services such as interpreter or hearing impaired, have you all spoken to those clients already?
I don't have a client who needs any interpreters.
Okay.
Do I, Your Honor?
Okay. And Ms. Patton is with the ASG's office?
No, I'm at the public defender's office. I don't need any services either.
Okay. All right, position 21, I have Contavious Millen accused of criminal trespass, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer from March 6, 2025. Mr. Millen, you have been advised of your right to remain silent. Your attorney is going to be Ms. Patton. Mr. Millen has got 6 cycles, including a 25 FTA. In addition to that, he's got an open criminal trespass case, 22 CR 004-015J, and just multiple.
4 other open cases. Yeah, he got 5 open cases total.
Thank you. 5 open cases. I was going to count them all, but thank you, Mr. Howard. Who's the prosecutor?
I am. Give me 1 second for some reason.
All right, Mr. White, good afternoon. Whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Officers were dispatched to racetrack at 3503 Camp Creek Parkway, East Point, Georgia. Upon arrival, officers met with an employee who stated that a black male was stealing candy bars and putting them inside of his pants. Officers then tried to speak with the defendant, who cursed the officers repeatedly, stating that he could do whatever he wanted to do. He also refused to give his name and was obstructing them for doing their job. The state is recommending a $1,000 surety bond, and we changed the charges. I'm not sure. This is for the theft by shoplifting, right?
No, this is for the criminal trespass and willful obstruction.
Right, and the criminal trespass was updated to a theft by shoplifting, not criminal trespass.
Oh, so you've amended it?
Uh-huh.
Let me.
It doesn't show that it doesn't show that on Odyssey. It still says criminal trespass.
Okay.
Okay.
So, well, have you sent in the updated accusation or amended?
I did, but it could be an Odyssey thing. Could be an Odyssey thing right now. So
All right.
How do we proceed?
You may.
Okay. If it's like I said, if it's still showing criminal trespass, the state is putting it on record that it will be amended to a theft by shoplifting. And again, the state is recommending a $1,000 surety bond for that, a $2,000 surety bond for the willful obstruction, and a stay away from the racetrack location on Camp Creek.
All right. Ms. Patton?
Your Honor, we're going to be asking for a signature bond. Mr. Millen is a lifelong resident in Georgia. He, although he has these open cycles, he still is willing and ready to come in on any upcoming court cases. He is currently residentially challenged and is looking to receive services through our office.
Judge, if I speak before you, I'm sorry. So Mr. Millen is a part of MMC. So if you give him whatever you decide, his case will need to go back to the MMC calendar to be heard on Thursday.
I noted that on his booking calendar. All right, this incident date occurred on March 6, 2025, and Mr. Millen was just released from Fulton County Jail on February 20th, 2025, and he missed us and he's back. So on the criminal trespass is going to be $1,500 on the willful obstruction is going to be 1,000. That's going to be a 2,500 surety bond. To stay 200 yards away from the racetrack station at Camp Creek Parkway. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Next court date is March 20th. And Ms. Strong, if you can get the list of all his open cases right now, they're all listed on the jailing.
Yes, ma'am, I have them. And his case will be on the 13th, whatever Thursday is, Judge, I'm sorry. This coming Thursday will be his court date.
This coming Thursday, so that would be the 13th.
Yes, ma'am.
So his particular case is going to be reset to SAP March 13th. Is it the 11 a.m. calendar?
MMC.
All right, 11. Oh, it's MMC, so it's probably, I don't know what time that calendar is.
It's
but
at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Okay, so 10 a.m. on March 13th. All right, Ms. Patton, thank you.
Thank you.
The next position is 13, Espinoza. Loser.
All right, Mr. Howard, and who represents Ms. Wills? We're going to waive reading of his current GCIC. Mr. Edward Espinoza is got a case 25 CR 1208A. Presently, he's got a open charge for theft by shoplifting from February 7th, 2025. And Mr. Espinoza, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Callie Wills. Mr. White and Ms. Wills, as well as Ms. Pope, I have read the warrants. I just need a recommendation. He is currently on a no bond status in case number 25 PI 001065. Mr. White,
Base recommendation is
Oh.
$1,000,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
sure, $1,000 UJR to the hold.
Okay, and I
With
don't
a
have a problem.
$1,000 jail.
Understood. Ms. Wills, it will be $1,000 signature bond through the jail. However, Mr. Espinoza has to stay 200 yards away from the Publix grocery store at 1425 Market Boulevard in Rossville, Georgia. Does he have another open case, 24 CR 5007A? Because I'm going to reset both cases to March 20th.
Give me 1 moment, I can pull it.
Thank you. Next case.
Position number 2, Ms. Aubrey.
This is Marissa Arbor, and position 28 in the courtroom as well. I think it was Sharon.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Sharota could be seated right there too. Thank you. Okay, this is Marissa Arbor and Mr. Brent Sharota. Ms. Arbor, your misdemeanor case number is 25 CR 001198Y, and you've got a PI charge against you from March 7th of this year. And Mr. Sharota, you have the same charge and in case number 25 CR 001211Y. Ms. Arbor is 25 CR 1198Y. I'm sorry, I read the different case number. Ms. Arbor is 25 CR 1198Y. Mr. Sharota has got 3 cycles with some driving situation from 2011. That's really not going to be relevant to this issue. Miss
Hey,
Pope,
Judge. Man, Odyssey shows they bun got posted.
did they? All right then.
Sirota says first choice bonding and hold on.
And Ms.
Arbor says they got bundled out by somebody personally, a guy, some individual.
All
It's
right.
not a bun account. That might have just been a cash bun. You can have the courtroom check it out though. But it's in Odyssey though.
All right, Ms. Arbor and Mr. Sharota, it appears to be that someone has posted your bond. So you'll be released within 24 hours of this bond being posted. Please remember that if you get arrested again for anything else, that this current bond that's been granted for this particular case can be revoked. and you could end up back in jail with no bond. Do you understand? Yes, I just need yes, no, nodding head. All right. Please refrain from the conduct from which you've been arrested in public, and we will see you in court. You will be receiving summons in the mail of when to come back to court. Make sure that we have your current mailing address. Ms. McLeod and Ms. Patton, are you all still going to continue representation for these individuals?
I believe that he does not qualify for the services, Your Honor.
He does not or does?
He does not.
Okay, and Ms. Patton, does your client, Ms. Arba, qualify for PD services?
We haven't qualified her, so that'll be something that'll have to be determined later.
Okay, Ms. Arba and Mr. Sharota, if you want to apply for an appointed counsel, you have a right to do so if you cannot afford an attorney, but you have to meet their minimum income qualifications. If you are disqualified from appointed representation, you would need to retain your own counsel in order to address this matter in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So both these cases have posted bond and there'll be further notice for trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 3, Banks.
Joshua Banks is charged with battery from March 7th, 2025, under case 25 CR 1214C. Mr. Banks, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Ms. Wills. Looks like these are 9 cycles, 2013 battery. Anything else, Mr. Howard?
Battery DV conviction, that's it.
Okay. Ms. Pope, what's your recommendation?
$1,500 surety bond, no further contact with the victim, Tamia, or Destiny McLean Mitchell.
All right. And is there a Destiny McLean Mitchell on Zoom? No? All right. Ms. Wills, any objection to the 1,500 surety?
Yes, Your Honor, I would request a signature bond. Mr. Banks is currently employed as a car washer, and is planning to begin a CDL program. He's currently a part of a fatherhood program. He is a single father to 3 children, who he obviously supports financially. He states that the residence where this incident occurred, it was his residence, that he was allowing Ms. McLean Mitchell to temporarily live there, but that is his home. And so in light of that, I would request again a signature bond.
Okay. Bond is set at 2,500, and that's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further contact with Miss Destiny McLean Mitchell. He may return to the property only if she has vacated the house. So he's allowed a one-time visit with a police officer to return to the incident location. If the officer verifies with the leasing office and the location that she has vacated the premises, then Mr. Banks may return to the home. However, if she's still occupying the property, he would need to find alternative residence, update the court with his new address, and then file a dispossessory case to remove Ms. McLean Mitchell from the property through an eviction case. In the meantime, no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. He's to report to pretrial once a month. Mr. Banks, if you don't comply with these conditions, please remember that your 2,500 signature bond will be revoked and you will have to pay for the bond either out of your own pocket or through a bonding company. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
The next position is number 12, Doc.
This is State versus Andre Lamar Doc, D-O-C-K, case number 25CR1207B. Mr. Doc, you've got a citation for criminal trespass and failure to keep drugs in its original container. He's got 38 cycles, including a 2024 FTA. Ms. Pope, what's your bond recommendation?
$1,500 surety bond, stay away from all Georgia State campus on count 1, on count 2, UGR jail. And it was due to his history. He also has, I believe, convictions for criminal trespass at Georgia Tech, amongst burglaries and theft charges.
Okay. Ms. Wills?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would request a signature bond. Mr. Dock is a native of Georgia. He is 58 years old. He is a veteran of the Navy,
Mhm.
serving 7 years total between active and reserve duty. He does have a high school diploma. It's my understanding that the area that he was on the at the university was like maybe a fenced off area that he did not believe was part of Georgia State property, but he does understand that he does not, he is banned from going back there. And does not have any plans to return to that property or anywhere near there, Your Honor.
On the criminal trespass, it's going to be 1,000 and that's going to be a surety bond. Unfortunately, he doesn't qualify for a signature bond because he's got a 2024 failure to appear, and that disqualifies him from a signature bond. For the failure to keep drugs in the original container, that'll be a 500 signature bond through the jail. So it's a $1,500 split bond, and to stay away from all GSU campus property. And his next court date is going to be March 20th. Thank you.
Number 22, Morris.
It's a state versus Tamir Morris, accused of criminal trespass and fare evasion, 25 CR 1220C. This is Mr. Morris's first arrest. Incident dates from March 6th of this year. Ms. Pope, any objection to a signature bond through pretrial?
It's Mr. White's case.
Oh, Mr. White, excuse me. What? Objection?
I recommend $1,000 surety bond.
What grounds? It's his first arrest.
Hold on. Let me look at it. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Looking at the wrong case. Sorry.
All right.
No objection.
Miss Patton is going to be $500 on count 1 and $500 on count 2. It's a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. To stay away from martyr property in accordance with any active suspensions. In other words, if he's got an active suspension for martyr, he's not allowed to step onto any martyr property, including buses, trains, and the respective stations, their facilities, including bathrooms, parking lots, and sidewalks. He reports to pretrial once a month and shall maintain a good mailing address. If he fails to appear, that signature bond will be revoked. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 29, Mr. Turk.
This is State versus Alvin Tuft, accused of misdemeanor possession of marijuana, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and possession and use of a drug-related object. Case 25 CR 1225C. Alleged incident date is March 6, 2025. Case number is, have I read it? 25 CR 1225C. This is Mr. Tuft's 4th adult arrest.
He got open theft by receiving an ag assault in Superior Court, open shoplifting in the cab, and a shoplifting arrest from this year already.
Mr. White, what's your recommendation for Mr. Tuft?
A $1,000 surety bond for the possession of marijuana, a $2,000 surety bond for the obstruction, and a $1,000 surety bond for the drug-related object, and to stay away from 812 Ralph David Abernathy.
Ms. Patton?
Your Honor, we are going to be requesting a signature bond. Mr. Tuff is a native to Georgia. He has been in the metro area for a couple of years now. He's currently living with his mother. He helps take care of her. He's also employed, and he takes care of his 2 children.
How old is he?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
How old is he? Is he, what, 19, 20?
No, Your Honor, he is 27.
Maybe I was, oh, he's 27, sorry, okay. All right, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Count 1, misdemeanor possession of marijuana is 250. Position 2, willful obstruction is 1,000. and count 3 is $750. His total bond is going to be a $2,000 surety bond. No further, no illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. And his next court date is March 20th. With that many open cases, I think he truly missed us. So he'll have to pay for his bond, or we'll see him on the 20th. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
Judge, just to make sure, no stay away, correct?
There isn't, no, there isn't, just no illegal drugs.
Thank you.
Position 1, Alfred.
Anthony Alford is accused of theft of lost or mislaid property, 25 CR 1199J, from February 25th, 2025. Mr. Alford, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Wills, and 7 cycles with felony arrest back in 2012. Ms. Pope, any recommendation for Mr. Alford?
Yes, $1,000 surety bond, no further contact with the victim, Homero Jaimez Sanchez. I'm not sure if he's still employed at Walmart, but if he's no longer employed at Walmart, stay away from 970 Mansell Road, Roswell, Georgia.
Ms. Wills?
Mr. Alford is no longer employed at Walmart. He was terminated in response to this incident. He is a native of Georgia. He believes that this possibly was an entrapment type situation, which is a defense that he could further explore with his attorney. He is 60 years old and has a high school diploma, and I would request a signature bond.
Okay. A bond is set at $1,000. It's a signature bond through the jail. Mr. Alford, although you've got a release bond, this is still an open, active case against you. So please make sure that you maintain a current address for the court and show up in court to court when summoned. You are to stay away from the Walmart at 970 Mansell Road. And given the circumstances, I think it would be best if you stay away from all Walmarts. Thank you.
Can we get a no further contact with the victim as well, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it was Hermano Sanchez. Was that correct?
Jaimez Sanchez, that's correct.
All right, no contact with Mr. Sanchez. Thank you.
Number 4, Beatty. Beatty, I guess.
Jermaine Beatty is accused of wearing a mask, hood, or device which conceals the identity of the wearer, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and reckless conduct involving a firearm. And this is from March 6, 2025. Case number 25 CR 1197G. Mr. Beatty, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Wills and appears to have 7 cycles, including a 2022 reckless conduct. Was that dismissed, Mr. Howard?
Yes, 2021 simple battery DV hindering conviction and some probation violations.
Ms. Pope?
Yes, the state's recommendation on count 1, $500 surety bond, count 2, $1,000 surety bond, count 3, $2,500 surety bond, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. And stay away from 121 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia.
All right. Ms. Wills?
Your Honor, I would request a signature bond. Mr. Beatty is a native of Georgia. He does have family friends here. He has 2 children that he does financially support, as well as he helps support a niece and nephew, his sister's children, whom he currently resides with. He is currently employed with or by Keep It Up Construction, and he has been working there for the past 6 years. He also has a GED.
Thank you. Count 1 is going to be a 500 signature bond through the jail, and counts 2 and 3 are going to be 1,000 each, and that's a surety bond. Total bond is 2,500. It is a split bond to stay away from 121 Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no firearms. He's not allowed to have any firearms on his person, in his home, anywhere near him, or in any vehicle that he occupies. Next court date is going to be March 20th. If he bonds out, make sure we have a good address on him. Thank you.
Can I also ask, and I didn't ask for it before, to forfeit the weapon that was a part of this case?
Was that confiscated by the police?
It was located. It was a weapon that was thrown down, and they did locate a 40 caliber Taurus model
That weapon,
PT.
that weapon will be confiscated and destroyed by the authorities. Thank you. Well, unless you all need to use it as an exhibit, so it
Right.
needs to stay somewhere. Okay. All right. Next case.
Number 6, Barry.
Alexia Kanara Berry, case number 25CR1201G, is accused of misdemeanor terroristic threats and acts from February 11th of this year. Mr. Berry, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. Will. I understand this is his third arrest cycle with a battery DV conviction from 2023. Ms. Pope, any recommendation?
I do, but I want to put a little bit of the facts on the record. Although it was charged as a misdemeanor, we did not send it up. The allegation is that the defendant on February 11th, 2025 did board a MARTA bus and began speaking to the operator. When the operator did not respond to him, he referenced a recent murder of a MARTA operator and began to make threats saying, "I'll light your ass up." Other threats of shooting and or harming the operator, who then stopped the bus and got off of the bus. Based on the facts and his history, the state is asking for a $2,500 good bond, no contact with the victim, Dedrick Franklin, and stay away from all MARTA buses.
Ms. Wills?
Thank you. I know Your Honor does review the warrants prior to court, and this case is still a misdemeanor, has not been requested to be a felony or upgraded. Mr. Berry has resided here for 15 years in the Georgia area, Atlanta area. He has 2 jobs. He works for the city of South Fulton as a ground maintenance keeper. He also works for Kaiser Permanente, part-time as a custodian. He has a high school diploma as well as some college. This incident did happen back on February 11th, 2025. I would request a signature bond. And speaking with Mr. Berry, he states that this was, well, he will present his defense at the appropriate time. So I'll leave it there.
Okay. It's going to be $1,000 surety bond to stay away from all MARTA transportation, including buses and trains, and in accordance with any active suspension. No further contact with Dedrick Franklin, who is the operator of that particular situation. And if he is allowed back on any MARTA transportation services and Mr. Franklin is the operator, he'll be required by court order to immediately disembark from that bus or train. And his next court date is going to be March 20th.
Number 7, Body.
I have Timothy Bodie on number 7. Is that correct? A body? Courtroom 2, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are you Mr. Timothy Bodie? A Bodie? Yes, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Mr. Bodie or Bodie is accused of theft by shoplifting and giving false information to an officer from March 4th of this year, case 25CR1202G. Mr. Bodie, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Ms. Wills. This is Mr. Bodie's second arrest cycle. He's got an open theft case, I think, out of Texas.
Irving, yes.
Okay. Ms. Pope?
On count 1, $1,000 surety bond, stay away from 3360 Marketplace Boulevard, East Point, Georgia, the target. On count 2, $1,000 UJR through the jail.
Any objection, Ms. Wills?
Was that a surety on the first count? I'm sorry.
Yes,
It was.
thing. Yes.
I would request a signature bond. Mr. Bodie is 19 years old. In speaking with him, he states that he suffered an attack of a sensitive nature. He's in extreme pain and seemingly needs medical attention. And so I would ask for a signature bond so that he can go to the hospital, or at least go home so that he can take care of himself. He is currently employed, but he is a native of Georgia. And so again, I would ask for a signature bond.
Georgia? He does live in Georgia, not in Texas.
He's a native of Georgia and he does reside here. Yes, Your Honor.
Why? Oh, okay. All right. On the theft by shoplifting, it's going to be $1,000 surety. On giving false information is going to be 500. That's a $1,500 sure. I'm sorry. The state did say UJR. So on the giving false information, that's going to be a 500 signature bond through the jail. So this is a 1,500 split bond. Next court date is March 20th. To stay away from the Target store at 3360 Marketplace Boulevard in East Point. And Mr. Body, most likely they'll have your mugshot in all Target stores. So please don't return to any of them. Thank you.
Number 8, Carter.
Tabari Hanif Carter is accused of battery family violence from December 21st, 2023. Mr. Carter, your case number is 25 CR 12038. You've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Wills.
You don't have any violent history.
Yeah, I've got a BUI. Haven't seen one of those in a while, but okay. Ms. Pope, what's your recommendation?
2,500 UJR through pretrial level 1, no further contact with Danessa Moore.
Okay. Ms. Danessa Moore, if you want to address this proceeding, please unmute.
Hello, Your Honor. Me and Tabari are engaged and we actually
Please-
live together.
Please raise your right hand.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes,
All right. Do you want to continue having contact with Mr. Carter?
I do.
Have there been any other violent interactions since December of 2023?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Wills, anything else to add?
No, I would just ask that the condition be no further violent contact. This incident did happen back December of 2023, and he, as well as Ms. Moore, have attended therapy since this incident has occurred.
Have done what now?
They have attended therapy since this incident occurred.
What kind of therapy?
It's my understanding that Mr. Carter he has attended individual therapy as well as couples therapy, is my understanding.
Understood. Okay, thank you. On the battery family violence, it's going to be 2,500. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services level 1. Mr. Carter, you can be released on a sign-on bond, but you will have to comply with the following conditions. The first one is no further violent conduct with Ms. Moore. In other words, there cannot be any physical or verbal altercations that could involve the police again. You're not allowed to consume any illegal drugs, no alcohol, and you're definitely not allowed to own or possess any firearms in your home, in your vehicle, anywhere near you. Within 45 days of being released, you will enroll in what we call a family violence intervention program. This is a program involving 26 weekly classes, and you will pay for those classes out of your own pocket. And you will attend and complete all these classes and present your certificate of completion to the pretrial officer. Make sure you report to court once a month. If you get arrested again for anything else, this signature bond can be revoked. Thank you.
And just for clarification, he's to report to pretrial, not to court, correct?
He's to report to pretrial, and then he'll report to court when summoned by the division judge.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Number 9, Cloud.
Ms. Denise Moore, you're free to go. Mr. Carter will be released within 24 hours. Okay. Antonio Cloud, case number is 25CR1204F, accused of criminal trespass from March 6, 2025. Mr. Cloud, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Wills. Ms. Wills, your client has 32 cycles, including an open case for probation, 25CR472F. Ms. Pope, what's your recommendation?
$1,500 good bond, stay away from 1294 Sweetbriar Circle, East Point, Georgia, and no further contact with Saphir Monroe.
Ms. Wills?
I believe Mr. Monroe is on the Zoom.
Yeah, I am.
Well, that's a very pretty living room. Okay, Mr. Monroe, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it will.
How do you know Antonio Cloud?
I don't know him. I just saw him downstairs in my living room when I had to pull my gun out on him.
Okay. And you've never met him before?
Never.
Does he have, do you live in a complex or a single family home of some sort?
Single family.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Ms. Wills?
I do understand my client's criminal history. However, he is 40 years old. He's a native of Georgia. He supports 5 children. He's currently employed by Novo Medical as a load builder. He's been there for the past 9 months. I believe that there is more to this story. My client did have the passcode somehow to Mr. Monroe's home. My client states that it was a blind date situation, that things did not go well. But obviously, he does not have any desire to have contact or speak with Mr. Monroe again.
Okay. Bond is set at 2,000. It is a surety bond. To have no further contact with Mr. Saphir Monroe, to stay away from the incident location at 1924 Sweetbriar Circle. He's required to stay 200 yards away. And no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And his next court date is going to be March 20th.
Wait, can I?
Mr. Monroe, you are free to go. I highly recommend that you change your codes or change your key or change your locks.
Yeah, for sure. But can I ask a question? Like,
What's the question?
yeah, the question, I mean, is about like the blind date situation because I have video
What?
about.
The question?
Oh, so, I. How is it a blind date situation when there's video of him trying to break in houses around the entire neighborhood?
He is charged with a misdemeanor nonviolent offense, and by law, he's entitled to a bond. If this was a felony charge that is under the 7 deadly sins and he's in felony court, most likely he would not get a bond. Any other questions?
Mr. Monroe, my office will contact you. And I think he was really referencing what Ms. Willis said about a blind date situation. And don't believe that that's true. And I think that was what Mr. Monroe was asking about.
Y'all can talk.
I'm the supervisor, and I'll have a victim witness advocate reach out to you again.
Thank you. Mr. Monroe, you're free to go. Let's move on to the next case.
Number 10, Cole.
Cole. Trevion Cole is accused of battery from March 7th, 2025, 25CR1205F. Mr. Cole, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. McLeod. This is his first arrest. Ms. Pope, do you have a recommendation?
State's recommendation is $1,500 UJR through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Breeden Foster. I think they are classmates at Westlake High School, so I'm not sure how that would work, but they do go to school together. I'm not sure what the status of his school situation is.
All right. Ms. McLeod, was anyone planning to be here on his behalf?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe Dad is on the Zoom. I spoke with Dad earlier.
Okay. Trevion Cole, if there is a family member here in support of Trevion Cole, now is the time to unmute and start your video. Otherwise, we move on. Oops, sorry, my video.
Mr. Terry Cole, Your Honor.
What's the name?
His name is Terry Cole.
I don't have a Terry Cole. I have an iPhone.
That's me.
All right, go ahead and start your video. All right, take your hat off. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Is Trevion Cole your son?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he live with you?
Yes, ma'am.
And which school does he attend?
Westlake High School.
All right, and what's the current situation at the school? Is he under some kind of suspension?
No, that's on the still on the investigation right now at the moment, because we had to go back Monday and see what's all they go to get all the information.
All right, thank you. Please mute your screen. Thank you. Ms. McLeod, anything to add?
Yes, Your Honor, my client tells me that the alleged victim was the one who started everything because he stole my client's phone. This was how the whole thing
I'm sorry.
started.
Ms. McLeod, 1 second. Remove iPhone from the Zoom. Remove him from Zoom. If he cannot comply with court rules, then he doesn't need to be here. All right, continue, Ms. McLeod. Sorry about that.
Yes, Your Honor, my client is in the 11th grade at Westlake High School. So, and I believe the alleged victim also attends that school. This incident happened at the school. I would like to ask that his bond be conditioned on no further violent contact because, of course, he does have to attend school. He has another year left. He's an 11th grader.
Okay.
But nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond is set at $3,000. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. He shall report to pretrial twice a month. He may return to Westlake High School to continue with his education. He's to have no further violent contact with Bree Foster. So, Mr. Cole, even though you claim that the other party is the initial aggressor, unfortunately, you were the one who was deemed to be the initial aggressor for purposes of probable cause, and you were arrested. So, if you engage, or if there is, let me put it differently, if there is any future physical or verbal altercations with the victim, Bree Foster, and the police get involved, I'm 99.7% sure that you will be arrested and brought back to jail and your bond will be revoked. Do you understand? So please understand that if you go back to the same school as Foster, it's your responsibility to make sure there's no future physical or verbal altercations. You stay away from this individual. You let your school know that you probably shouldn't be in the same classroom with him. But all I'm letting you know that these are the parameters. You are over the age of 17. This is an active criminal case against you. If you don't comply with your conditions and things get worse, the only persons whose future is going to be jeopardized is yours. Understood?
Okay.
Report to pretrial twice a month. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and firearms. Thank you.
Yeah, there was a co-defendant, and I don't know if you want to do him now, but Christian Senior Blackburn.
Yeah. We could do the next one.
Okay.
Move. Come on, sir. His position number 27.
Okay. This is State versus Christian Broderick Senior Blackburn, hyphenated, 25 CR 1219F. He's charged with battery and willful obstruction of an officer from March 7, 2025. And this is the co-defendant with Mr. I forgot. I'm so sorry.
Cole, Mr. Cole, Your Honor.
Oh, sorry. Okay. This is a little bit more problematic. This is a second arrest cycle with an open felony case, 23 CP 224213. Would that be correct, Mr. Harwood?
According to Odyssey, yes.
Okay. And Ms. Pope? Oh, sorry, Mr. Senior Blackman, you have a right to an attorney. Your attorney is going to be Ms. Patton. Ms. Pope?
Based on this defendant's history, and I did look into that, some of the charges were dismissed of the pending felony, but there were 2 counts of theft by receiving and 3 counts of possession of a pistol by someone under the age of 18 remaining. The state on count 1 is asking for a $1,500 surety bond, no further contact with Breed and Foster. Same conditions as it relates to Westlake High School as his co-defendant. On count 2, $1,000 UJR through pretrial. And I would ask for a level 2. So a $2,500 split bond.
Ms. Patton?
Your Honor, we are going to be requesting a signature bond. I understand that Mr. Senior Blackburn has these other charges open. However, he is attending school. He is planning on attending college in the fall. He's currently working. He's been working at Popeyes, trying to make sure, you know, he's doing what he's supposed to do. So we're going to ask that he be released through pretrial services.
Okay. On the battery charge, it's going to be a $1,500 surety. On the willful obstruction, that's going to be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. This is going to be a $6,500 split bond. Mr. Senior Blackman is to report to pretrial services once a month once he posts his bond on the $1,500 portion.
Hold on, what was that level?
Level 3.
That's once a week.
Well, I'm sure he'll make good friends with y'all.
But no, well, you said once a month, so I was just correct.
No, sorry, did I say once a month? I'm sorry, I meant once a week. As I was saying, he'll report to pretrial once a week, and I did misspeak when I said month. No further contact with Brady Foster, no contact with his co-defendant, Mr. Cole. He will continue with his education through online classes at homeschool. If he returns to Westlake High School, he'll be required to be in completely separate classes from Brady Foster and from the co-defendant. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. And if he gets arrested again, the $5,000 portion of his bond is going to be amended to a $5,000 cash bond. My biggest concern is this open felony case involving firearms. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. That concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, Ms. McLeod. And while you're enjoying the rest of Saturday, think of us with the remainder of our 25 cases.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Courtroom 2, who do we have, please?
7, Davis.
Position 7.
11.
Oh,
number
11, excuse me. This is Kendall Davis. Mr. Davis has got 4 misdemeanor charges stemming from a traffic incident on March 1st, 2025. Case number 25CR12068. The charges are fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, reckless driving, driving while license suspended or revoked, and no valid insurance. Mr. Davis has got 39 cycles with a vehicular homicide and bail jumping from 2014. Mr. Davis, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Ms. Wills. Ms. Pope?
On count 1, fleeing and attempting to elude, $3,500 surety bond. On count 2, $2,500 surety bond. Count 3, $1,000 UJR pretrial. And count 4, $500 UJR pretrial for a total of $7,500, I think. It's the state's request.
Right. Ms. Wills, this is a request for a split bond. I'm assuming no driving unless he has a valid driver's license and so forth.
That's correct, and valid insurance.
Okay. Ms. Wills?
I would request a signature bond. My client is 48 years old. I do understand he does have an extensive criminal history. He is a native of Georgia. He's and does have a high school diploma. This all occurred back on the 1st of this month. He does deny driving the vehicle and does state that he had proof of insurance at the time this incident occurred. So again, I would request a signature bond.
What's the status of 25 PI 1811? Did he get a bond?
Dismissed. It's dismissed.
Dismissed? Okay, thank you. On the fleeing or attempting to elude, that's a $1,500 surety. Reckless driving is a $1,500 surety. Driving while license suspended or revoked is a $1,000 surety, and no insurance is a $500 surety. That's 3, 4, that's a $4,500 surety bond. No driving unless you have a valid driver's license, adequate insurance, and proper registration. And your next court date is going to be March 20th. Thank you.
Number 14.
This is Maximo Flores Hernandez, accused of theft by taking from February 26, 2025, case number 25CR1209D. Mr. Flores Hernandez, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is going to be Ms. Wills. And this is Mr. Flores's third arrest. He's on an active felony probation in 21 SC 179684, I think. Mr. White?
Yeah, the state is offering, the state is recommending a $2,000 surety bond. And I think it's already in place, so we're just agreeing with that.
All right, Ms. Wills? I'm sorry, you're muted, Ms. Wills?
My apologies. Mr. Flores Hernandez is 21 years old. He is a native of Georgia. He does state that he financially supports a stepdaughter of his. He is currently employed by RVT Water Towers. He's been employed there for the past 2 years, where he paints water towers, both in and out of state. He has the desire to obtain his GED and is working toward that. This incident did happen back on February 26th. He states that he was given a $4,000 felony bond earlier this morning. I would request a signature bond for this charge.
Bond is set at $1,000 surety bond. Right, next court date's March 20th, and no further contact with something priest.
I think it's Dady Priest.
I'm sorry, what?
I believe it's Dady, D-A-T-I-E is the name.
Priest, okay. All right, no further contact with Dady Priest. No illegal drugs, alcohol, and weapons. Thank you.
Number 15, Fowler.
This is State versus Jordan Scott Fowler, accused of battery, family violence, and obscured or missing license plate from November 2nd, 2024. Mr. Fowler, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. Your attorney is Ms. Wills. And Mr. Fowler has 9 arrest cycles, including a 2019 FTA for a 2019 license suspension issue. All right. Mr. White, what's your recommendation?
Recommendation is $3,000 surety bond for the battery family violence. Stay away from 1000 Parsons Street, Atlanta, Georgia, 30314. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and no further violent contact with Sharika Clark. And $1,000 surety bond for count 2.
All right, Sharika Clark, if you're on Zoom, this will be your time to unmute and start your video. All right, Ms. Wills?
Thank you. Mr. Fowler is 36 years old. He has resided in the Atlanta area for over 20 years. He does have 4 children whom he financially supports. He is currently employed by O'Reilly's in their warehouse as an order select material handler. He's been doing that for the past 1.5 years. He stated that this incident occurred when he and his current girlfriend, Miss English, went to Miss Clark's home to discuss a matter pertaining to his son. The 2 women then began to fight. He states that he attempted to break up the fight. And when he did that, both women fell down, and he believes that Miss Clark believes that he did that intentionally. However, he was trying to de-escalate the situation, not escalate the situation. But they are no longer engaged in a relationship. And again, I would request a signature bond.
I thought I misread that. So he brought his current girlfriend to the mother of or to his ex to see his child.
Correct. They were going there to discuss an issue pertaining to the child, and it did concern his current girlfriend as well, as he shares custody of that child with Miss Clark.
On the battery family violence, it's going to be 2,500, and that's going to be a signature bond for pretrial services, level 1. And the obscured missing license plate is going to be 500. This is going to be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further contact no further violent contact with Sharika Clark. And if he has to discuss any parenting issues with Miss Clark, he's required to do that either via phone or email, or he can see her anywhere else but at the Parsons Street location. Anyone of minimal intelligence would know that you never bring your current girlfriend to go visit your ex at all. But in the meantime, no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And Mr. Fowler, you are going to enroll in a family violence intervention program. Maybe that will knock some sense into you, but within 45 days, you're to enroll in that program and complete all 26 classes and gain some wisdom. Thank you.
HCDC can go ahead.
Good afternoon, Judge Law.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. This is going to be position number 16, Ms. Goodman.
Enrica Denise Goodman. Case number 25CR001212D, position 16 on the calendar, is accused of simple battery, family violence, and pointing or aiming a gun or pistol at another from a February 28, 2025 incident. Ms. Goodman, this is an announcement for everyone who's at ACDC. When I address each of your cases, please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say about the facts of your case during the course of these proceedings, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. Presently, Ms. Goodman's attorney is going to be Ms. Wills. This appears to be her 12th arrest cycle with an open DUI and reckless driving. Case number 21DF006945E. Mr. White, what is your recommendation?
I just want to state this before I go forward with the recommendation. We did speak with the victim, and the victim did make a statement that the gun was not pointed at her, and her friend stepped in to ensure that she didn't point the gun at her. I'm not so sure that the state believes that, but I did want to state it for the record that we did get that from the victim. The state is recommending a $3,000 surety bond on the simple battery family violence, also a $3,000 surety bond on the pointing and aiming a gun or pistol at another, a stay away from 5592 Sable Way, South Fulton, Georgia, 30349, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and no further contact with the Leah triplet.
Right. Ms. Triplett, did you want to add to these proceedings?
Yes. Hi, Judge.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
What would you like to say?
Yes, there was an altercation between me and Ms. Goodman, and it was more so of like me approaching her in a defense. Like I wasn't threatened. I don't feel that she intended to cause harm. It was more so just letting me know that the gun was in her possession because I had been missing it for the entire day. I didn't request no contact. She lives here. We're married. It was just a misunderstanding. She's not violent. She hasn't been violent towards me.
Who has the firearm?
I have, and that was really the only thing I asked the cops for. I just wanted it to be retrieved, and it was. So she had brought it back. It was fine.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that last phrase. What?
Yeah,
Who
she
had
had
the firearm?
Enrica. She returned it.
I'm sorry?
Enrica returned the firearm, which is what we just wanted to.
I asked you.
Yes.
That's not what I asked you. Listen to the question very carefully.
Okay.
Who had the firearm at the time of the altercation?
Enrica.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
There's already so much of danger when there are individuals who are arguing or having any kind of verbal or physical altercation. But once you introduce a firearm into the situation, that raises the temperature of the case. And I don't know how people can take these matters so flippantly because we have too many tragedies that occur. On the simple battery family violence.
Your Honor, I didn't have the opportunity to present.
I'm sorry, Ms. Wills, please go ahead.
That's okay.
I was going to go actually with split bond, but go ahead.
Okay. Ms. Goodman is 35 years old. She is a native of Georgia. She's currently employed by Coyote Logistics as a digital marketer. She's been employed there for the past 8 years. She has a high school diploma as well as an associate's degree in marketing. And speaking with Ms. Goodman, she states that she and Ms. Triplett are married. As it was stated, there was a verbal altercation. As things got heated, she began putting away the firearm so that the situation would not escalate to a physical or dangerous matter. Ms. Goodman then went to leave the home. Ms. Triplett wanted the firearms back or the firearm back, and Ms. Goodman was returning the gun to her. At no point in time did she point the gun at Ms. Triplett. And so she does deny these allegations. When Ms. Triplett asked her to leave the residence, she did leave the residence. This incident happened back on the 28th of February. There have been no issues. It's been about a week and a half since this incident allegedly occurred. And so again, I would ask for a signature bond and that they be allowed to have no violent contact with one another.
Okay. As I was saying, on the simple battery family violence, that's going to be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. And she will report to pretrial twice a month. She will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program within 45 days of being released. And she will need to complete all 26 weekly classes at her expense. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and you'll be subject to random screens by pretrial services. If you consume any illegal drugs or any alcoholic beverages and you fail a test, your $5,000 signature bond can be revoked and converted to either a cash bond or a surety bond. No firearms. You're not allowed to have a firearm in your home, on your person, in any vehicle you occupy, or anywhere near you. So if your wife intends to have you back in the home, either you go or the firearm goes. So Ms. Triplett, you can either store the firearm in a safe deposit box or surrender it to the authorities for destruction, but it cannot be in the same home or in the vehicle that you share with your wife.
Okay.
All right? And I'm very serious about this because if there are any future altercations and it's found out that Ms. Goodman is in a home with a gun, well, she'll be back in jail and y'all can just pay the $5,000 to bond her out. Simple as that. Next court date, I'm sorry, on the pointing or aiming a gun, that's going to be $1,000 surety. So this is going to be a $6,000 split bond. Next court date is March 20th. So you would have to pay the bond for the $1,000 portion, which you can either go through a bonding company or out of your own pocket, and the $5,000 is through pretrial. Thank you.
What was that contact?
No further violent contact with Alea Triplett. And random screens, please. Next case, please.
Judge, before we proceed on to the next case, I do have a quick question for Jessie Clayton. She was actually on the pull sheet, but she's not on the calendar, and I didn't receive anything on the email if it was dismissed or NOD.
Mr. White or Ms. Pope, do you know anything about this case? What was the name again?
Jessie Clayton.
C-L-A-Y-T-O-N?
It's S-L-A-T-O-N.
Slayton.
I don't have anything about it.
We did have a Slayton originally on the pull sheet, but I don't see her on the calendar.
That is correct, Judge.
Do you have a booking number for Miss Slayton?
The booking number is 250-4216.
Is Miss Slayton the individual seated next to you?
No, that's going to be.
Judge, the
No,
clerk,
no, we'll address the person seated next to you. We're going to look into Miss Slayton. I don't have the information now.
the clerk that did the calendar said that he reached out to the solicitors to inquire about Slayton and Slayton and Ray, and he never got a response, which is to why they aren't on the calendar.
All right. Ms. Pope or Mr. White, if either one of you want to look into that, booking number is 250-4216, and decide if you want to accuse the case, NOD the case, do something with it, because Miss Slayton is in jail at the present time.
I'll look into it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pope. Right, moving on. Who do we have next, Francois?
This is position number 20, Kelly Johnson.
Kelly Johnson's accused of simple battery family violence from March 6th of this year, case number 25 CR 1217B. Ms. Johnson, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. Your attorney is Ms. Patton. This is a second arrest cycle. What was the first one, Mr. Howard?
2021 battery NOD.
Okay, thank you. Mr. White, I'm so sorry. I don't know why my video keeps going out, but here we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The state is recommending $3,000 surety bond, stay away from 130 Tower Gate Place, Sandy Springs, Georgia. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and no further contact with Michaela Johnson.
All right. Michaela Johnson, if you're on Zoom, this would be the time to unmute and say something if you want to. No? Okay. Ms. Patton, any objection to the signature bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right. The simple battery is going to be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further contact with Michaela Johnson. Stay away from 130 Tower Gate Place in Sandy Springs. Does she need a one-time visit?
Your Honor, she actually lives there. That is her niece. So we're going to ask for no further violent contact with the niece.
Who else lives there?
Her mother, her father.
So that would be the mother's grandniece then.
Something like to that effect.
Okay. Bond is going to be changed to a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services. No further violent contact with Michaela Johnson. Within 30 days of being released, Ms. Kelly Johnson will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program, and she'll need to enroll and complete all the classes under that program at her expense. Failure to start those classes, or if you engage in any kind of physical or verbal altercation with Michaela Johnson, that would be grounds to cancel your bond and have you arrested again with no bond status. Understood, Ms. Johnson? No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. Thank you. And you may return to the Tower Gate Place, but please remember now, you are under a bond. If you violate those conditions, you can not only lose your freedom, but also your home. And please be mindful. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, you had went in and out. You said the bond was 2,000 SOB through pretrial level 1.
Change to 3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. FBIP and no violent contact.
Next, we have position number 5, Latasha Bell.
Latasha Bell is accused of willful obstruction of an officer, criminal trespass, and simple battery from March 6th of this year, case 25 CR 1200H. This is her this is her, is it a fourth arrest?
Fourth arrest, got open Coweta case, entering auto.
Oh,
And
that's,
disorderly conduct, 2019 shoplifting, first offender.
thank you. Ms. Pope?
A total 3,000 UJR through the jail. Stay away from 1400 Lee Street, the Oakland City MARTA station, and no further contact with Tanjanika. That's TANJANIKA Savoy. It's $1,000 I didn't mean through the jail. I meant through pretrial on each count. $1,000 UJR through pretrial on each count.
Okay.
No objection.
And all right, it's going to be $1,000 on each count. This would be a $3,000 signature bond for pretrial services, level 1. I guess that would be per judge because she's got that open felony case. Stay away from all MARTA property in accordance with any active suspension. So if she's actively suspended from MARTA, she cannot return to any MARTA bus station, no train station, no buses, no trains, no bathrooms, no parking lots, not even on the sidewalk. Next court date will be sent to a current address. She'll be required to make sure she maintains a current address with the courts at all times. If she goes back to any MARTA property in violation of any suspension, this $3,000 signature bond will be revoked. Thank you.
I apologize, Judge. Did I miss a no further contact, or was there not a no further contact?
I didn't
There
hear.
should have been one on the simple battery.
Yeah, who was the alleged victim? I'm sorry, I tried to write down the names, but I missed some of them.
Let me go back to my printout. Sorry. I know Savoy was the last name and I spelled the first name. Let me just find it. It should be Tanjanika, Tanjanika, last name Savoy, Savoy.
Tanjanika Savoy. All right, Francois, please let Miss Bell know that she's to have no further contact with Tanjanika Savoy. Okay. Courtroom 2, who do we have?
I'm sorry, Judge. I'm real quick, Judge. Just going back to Jesse Slayton. Any update?
I'm accusing it right now. If you give me
Okay.
15 more seconds, I should have it over to the clerk's office.
Thank you.
Okay. So please hold on, Miss Slayton. Courtroom 2, who do we have?
17, Hamblin.
This is Derek Lynn Hamblin, accused of simple battery from March 2nd of this year, accusation 25 CR 1213F. Mr. Hamblin, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Miss Wills. This is his 4th arrest cycle. Anything else to add, Mr. Howard?
2019 maintaining disorderly house conviction.
Okay. Mr. White?
Hamilton. I have a $2,000 surety bond for the simple battery. Stay away from the 2590 Jerome Road, Atlanta, Georgia, 30349. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and no further contact with Elizabeth I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. I think it's Bustamante, something like that.
Bustamante, okay. Miss Wills?
Thank you. Mr. Hamblin is 37 years old. He is a native of Georgia. He is currently unemployed. As it was stated, this incident did happen back on the 2nd. He states that he's had prior difficulties with Miss Bustamante and does not desire to have any contact with her or speak with her again. And he has actually filed a restraining order against her previously. I would request a signature bond in this case.
The simple battery, that's going to be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further contact with Miss Bustamante. And if, I'm not sure, I can't remember whether, all right, to stay away from 2590 Jerome Road in Atlanta, Georgia. He is not allowed within 200 yards of Miss Bustamante and of that location. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and he reports to pretrial once a month. If he fails to report or fails to comply with the conditions, then his bond will be surrendered. Thank you.
Number 31, Winbush.
Daryl Wimbush is accused of criminal trespass causing damage to property, 25 CR 1182E. Mr. Wimbush, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. Your attorney is Ms. Patton, and he's got 23 arrest cycles, much of which includes a lot of driving convictions. Mr. White, what's your recommendation?
Just to provide a little fact to it, it was this seems to be his sister and something that he keeps doing, going to her house, actually trying to sell her home without authorization to get money when she lets him in. And then when she lets him in, because it's cold outside or whatever the case may be, he refuses to leave, is what she's saying. So the state is recommending a $1,000 surety bond and stay away from 708 Amber Place, Northwest Georgia. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
Ms. Patton?
Your Honor, Mr. Wimbush is going to deny all of that. Apparently there's been an ongoing issue with the deed of the home. And Mr. Wimbush alleges that he can provide the deed with his name on it. And so that seems to be an ongoing issue. I am aware of his criminal history. However, he's an older gentleman. He's a lifelong native or a lifelong resident of Georgia. He's retired at this point. His children are at the home. They're also helping him because he's older. So we're just going to ask for a signature bond and no further contact with the sister.
Yolanda Wimbush, if you want to contribute, this would be a good time to start your video and unmute your Zoom panel. No? Okay. On the criminal trespass causing damage to property, that's going to be $1,000 surety bond. No further contact with Yolanda Wimbush, and to stay away from 708 Amber Place, Northwest Atlanta in Fulton County. Mr. Wimbush, if you wish to assert any kind of property rights over this address, you would
No, I don't want to leave.
You would need to get the appropriate court order in the Superior Court if you are trying to your property rights. All right. But in the meantime, you cannot return to that property, and you are to have no contact with Yolanda Wimbush. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Thank you.
Thank you, Your
Honor. I'm here.
Ms. Wimbush, the instructions are to remove
I'm
any.
trying to learn how to work it.
Remove.
I'm trying to learn how to work it. Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand.
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear that the information you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you get the property at 708 Amber Place?
Okay, my mother and father passed.
Then that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Please be
okay.
quiet. Thank you. Mr. Wimbush, if you believe that you are the true legal owner of the property, you would need to go to probate court and get a court order making that determination. A deed alone will not suffice. Thank you. $1,000 surety bond. Next court date is March 20th.
Is that a signature bond, ma'am?
No, ma'am, it's a bond. You'll have to pay for it. Thank you. Okay, next case.
Number 19, Mr. Hilton. Yes.
Jalen Hilton is accused of simple assault family violence from March 1st, 2025. Mr. Hilton, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is going to be Ms. Patton or Ms. Wills? Or has he?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Your attorney is going to be Ms. Patton. Your case number is 25 CR 1216D. And I understand this is his first arrest cycle. Mr. White, any recommendation?
The state is still going to go with a $2,000 surety bond on this one. When the officers got there, they had kind of broke the two up, but Mr. Hilton was standing on the like near the stairs, which is an elevated position, and the victim was standing more toward the ground, and he jumped down like to try to, hit him while the officers were actually there after, the fact. So we're still asking for a $2,000 surety bond. Stay away from 674 Irish Street, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and no further contact with Shay Sullivan.
All right, Miss Patton?
Your Honor, we're going to be requesting a signature bond. Mr. Hilton is a native to Georgia. And at the time, I mean, he's taking care of his two children. He has two younger children that he's taking care of. And at the time of the issue, although the officers were there, he was still under the belief that based on the altercation and the things that were said to him, that there was still a threat to him. And so he was reacting to that. He also has graduated high school in Jefferson County. He's been in that area for about 4 years. So we're just asking for a signature bond.
So Shay Omar Sullivan is the homeowner.
I think so.
And Mr. Hilton shares a child with Sullivan's daughter or some relative.
Yes, yeah.
And I was trying to understand. So, Mr. White, was that description like a wrestler going off the ropes and jumping onto?
That's what it sounded like when they wrote it.
Like what I see on one of these fake wrestling shows?
That's what it sounded like.
Okay.
Although he didn't strike him, he just attempted to.
I understand. I was just trying to understand your description, but that's okay. Mr. Hilton, even though you've got your hand up, I'd like to remind you that this is your first arrest and there's a constitutional right. Go ahead and unmute courtroom 2. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you share with us in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. We have Ms. Pope and Mr. White who are getting ready to take down whatever you say and use it against you.
Yes, and I would advise you, Mr. Hilton, to save your comments for your attorney.
Okay, I'm listening. I was just trying to say that he attacked my stepdaughter. He hit my stepdaughter. In my defense, I attacked him, attempted to for him.
Mr. Hilton, just go ahead and let Judge Law finish with the bond hearing, and then you can provide that statement to the attorney.
Bond is set at $5,000. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services level 2. You get a signature bond. You won't have to pay for it today, but you must report to pretrial services twice a month. You are to have no further contact with Shay Sullivan, which means you have to stay 200 yards away from him and not communicate with him in any way, form, or manner. 200 yards is the length of 2 football fields. You're also to stay away from 674 Ira Street in Atlanta, Georgia. You're not allowed to return to that property. Within 30 days of being released from jail, you will update the court with your new mailing address, which cannot be that location. If you want to meet anyone in that household other than Mr. Sullivan, they would need to come and meet you. You cannot go to that location. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and no firearms. You're not allowed to own any firearms or have any of them near you. And within 30 days of being released, you will enroll and complete a domestic violence intervention program. These are 26 weeks of classes. And if you complete them, make sure you keep a certificate of completion that perhaps can move towards getting a favorable resolution of this case, considering it's your first arrest. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 23, North.
Brian Noah Nemde, case number is 25 CR 1221F, accused of criminal trespass from March 7th of this year. Mr. Noah, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Patton. This is his third arrest cycle. I've got a 2020 public drunk. Anything else to add, Mr. White?
Just $1,000 surety bond, stay away from Georgia Tech, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. When he was arrested for this, he had already had a 2-year criminal trespass warning issued from Georgia Tech. So he shouldn't have been on the campus.
Okay. Ms. Patton?
Your Honor, we're gonna request a signature bond. I didn't see any FTAs. He doesn't have any violent charges. He's willing to show up to the next court date. He's been here for 6 years, trying to get himself together, currently living with his mother. And so we're just gonna ask that he be released on the pretrial services.
So he does have a good mailing address then, and he lives with her.
As far as he communicated, yes, Your Honor.
All right. It's a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. Stay away from all Georgia Tech property. Mr. Noah, you've already been on notice. You have a 2-year ban from all Georgia Tech property, and now you have a court order requiring you to stay away from all Georgia Tech property. If you return to any Georgia Tech property, if you get arrested again, or if you don't show up to court, then your $2,000 signature bond will be surrendered and revoked. Thank you.
What was that again?
2,000 signature bond, pre-trial level 1.
24, Palmer.
24.
24.
Okay.
Palmer, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Palmer's case number is 25 CR 1222Y. And he's got 5 misdemeanor charges arising from a traffic incident. They are as follows: willful obstruction of an officer, driving a window tint violation, driving without a valid license, no insurance, and fleeing and attempting to elude. Alleged incident date is March 7, 2025. This is his 8th arrest cycle. Anything to add, Mr. White?
No, Judge. The state is recommending a $2,000 surety bond for the willful obstruction, $1,000 surety bond for the window tint violation, $1,000 surety bond for the driving without valid license, and no insurance as well, $1,000 surety bond, and $2,000 surety bond for the attempting to flee and elude. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
Right. Ms. Patton?
Your Honor, we're gonna request a signature bond. Mr. Palmer has been here 15 years, and then he does have a history, but we are gonna ask that he be released through pretrial services. He's self-employed. He is currently an auto broker. He's been doing that for 5 years. And so we're gonna be requesting a signature bond.
Okay. But Ms. Patton, sorry, I did not proceed. He's on probation in Coweta County. He's got a driving while license suspended revoked. He was sentenced on December 5th, 2024, and he's got a 2024 FTA. So unfortunately, he's disqualified from a signature bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, courtroom 2, please unmute. Mr. Palmer, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you choose to say about your facts of your case, your statements can and will be used against you, not to mention will make your attorney very unhappy.
No, I have to say something about the insurance. I don't know where.
Waiving your right to remain silent?
If I can interject here, Your Honor, Mr. Palmer, we've already had this discussion about the facts of your case. So we're gonna go ahead and let Judge Law finish, and then you'll be able to submit those statements to your attorney, okay? Thank you.
On the willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, that's going to be 1,000. On driving with a window tint violation, that's going to be 500. Driving without a valid license, considering his recent conviction and that he does, and now he's back to square one with license issues, is going to be 1,000. No valid insurance is going to be 500, and fleeing and attempting to elude a police officer is going to be 1,000. That's going to be a surety bond. No driving unless he has a valid Class C driver's license or a valid CDL. Adequate insurance for the vehicle he's operating, and the vehicle must have valid registration. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Excuse me, Judge Law. Any updates again for Clayton?
All right. Ms. Pope?
I filed down the accusation and sent a message to Mr. Allen to let him know. Let me see if it has a number.
All right. We will be right with you, Francois. Sorry about that. Okay. Courtroom 2. Is that your only case left, Francois?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
There's also the Ray case that someone mentioned earlier, but it looks like that should have been a part of the felony case. I think it was a simple battery and ag assault that were based on the same spraying of a
Are Ray and Slayton co-defendants or cross-defendants?
No, Ray was another case that was mentioned, and I did pull it. It didn't have an SG number, but when I looked at that case, it appears that it should have been a part of the felony first appearance.
Well,
How many?
both cases have not been accused, so you let me know.
Okay.
But in the meantime, who do we have in courtroom 2?
25, 26, Robertson.
Akil Robertson has got 2 open cases. The first one is 25 CR 1223Y, accused of theft by shoplifting from November 6, 2024. Second case is 25 CR 1224Y. He's accused of another theft by shoplifting from November 7th, 2024. Mr. Robertson, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. Anything you say about the facts of your case, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney, and representing you is Ms. Patton. Mr. Robertson has got 10 arrest cycles with multiple open cases for theft by shoplifting, including felonies. Anything
Yes,
else?
6 of them
Oh,
between Fulton and DeKalb.
all right.
And he already 2024 shoplifting conviction.
Mr. White?
Yes, the state is recommending for both cases, $1,000 surety bonds, and stay away from that target, which is 375 18th Street, Atlanta, Georgia. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
Ms. Patton?
Your Honor, we're going to be requesting a signature bond. So Mr. Robertson has been here 14 years. Recently, he has lost his job. So he is currently unhoused. And he is looking to get services from the office. So we are going to ask that he be released on pretrial services so that we can adequately assist him with several of the issues that are presenting.
Okay. Counts on each count is going to be 500, and this is cash bond only. His total bond is going to be $1,000 cash bond only for both cases. Next court date for both cases is March 20th, and he's required to stay away from all Target stores. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 32, Yancey.
32. Ms. Strong, if you get a CR number for the Slayton case, please let me know, okay?
Yes, ma'am. He's working on it now.
All right, thank you. This is Rodriguez Yancey, accused of loitering and prowling, and a PI charge from May 22nd, 2024. Mr. Yancey's case number is 25 CR 001227G. This is Mr. Yancey's 4th arrest cycle, although he's got outstanding holds from North Carolina, Louisiana, and Richmond and Appling County. What's your recommendation, Mr. White?
$1,000 surety bond for the loitering and a $2,000 surety bond for the public indecency, and to stay away from the 6250 Peachtree Dunwoody Road, Sandy Springs location, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
Ms. Patton?
Your Honor, we are going to be asking for a signature bond. Mr. Yancey is from Augusta. He lives there. He takes care of his grandmother there. However, he was in the metro area as he was preparing to turn himself in for these cases. So we're going to ask for a signature bond to at least allow him to go over on his hold so that he can take care of these cases.
Okay. On the loitering and prowling is 500. The PI charge is 1,000. This is a 1,500 surety bond. Unfortunately, he cannot be released except to one of these holds. So either Richmond or Appling County will need to come pick him up, or he'll need to be extradited to North Carolina or Louisiana. Next court date is going to be March 20th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, and stay away from the 6250 Peachtree Dunwoody location in Sandy Springs.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I have an add-on, Dustin Allen Davis.
Yes, Your Honor, and we didn't see that until after 2, so neither of us have had the opportunity to interview Mr. Davis. I tried to call the jail, and I just sent them a message, but I would like the opportunity to interview him if he's in courtroom 2. I just have one other client, Mr. Harold Harris. His case has been presented.
Deputy, do you have a Davis or a Harris?
Got Harris right here. Davis is not present yet.
Davis not present. Okay, and this is Harris. And who represents Mr. Harris?
I do, Your Honor.
Right. This is Harold. Is either Harold Harris or Harris Harold.
And that name needs to be corrected. His name is Harold Harris. It's
Okay.
converted.
Let's go change that. Mr. Harris is accused of criminal trespass and willful obstruction of an officer. Case number 25 CR 1215C. Mr. Harris, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Ms. Wills. I've got a first arrest. I'm assuming that is for the correct name.
No, it would be for Harold. Hold on for a minute. Let me see something. State, what you got?
Yeah, I had none either. I was wondering about that actually.
Yeah, so hold on. We're probably gonna have to run this. Hold on real quick. 25. What's his booking? What's his booking number?
His booking number is 250-4294.
And what's his name?
Harold Harris.
I don't know if his fingerprint hit yet. Yeah, what's the date of birth?
April 22nd, 1971.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing. I don't know what to tell you about this case. Because it was ran under Harris Harold. So
The defense has no issue with proceeding.
well, we don't know what the history is because they didn't put a social on here either. So it's going to show like a new arrest, like he's a whole new person. So
yeah, when I read the case, it was a guy in Marta who keeps walking around with a knife. The officer gave him like 3 different warnings, just refused to stop, came back, got into it with a firefighter, and they finally arrested him. And then when they arrested him, he resisted arresting. So the state is offering $1,000 surety bond, stay away from the 5 Points MARTA station, and a $2,000 surety bond for the willful obstruction, no drugs, alcohol, or weapon.
I would ask for a signature bond. There is no known criminal history as to Mr. Harris. I do understand that his name was inverted, but that is not his fault. He's not charged with threatening anyone with any sort of weapon. He's 53 years old. He is a native of Georgia. He reports that he works at a restaurant or establishment called Binky's, doing odd jobs there. He does have a high school diploma, and he does understand that he must stay away from MARTA.
Okay. On count one, that's going to be $1,000 surety. On count two, it's going to be $1,000 signature bond through the jail. That's a $2,000 split bond. Stay away from all MARTA property, no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and no firearms. In other words, no knives and no guns. And next court date is March 20th. Thank you. All right, that brings us down to your other case, Ms. Wills, and you said, Davis, that you still need to talk with him, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Not in the courtroom. Let's see how we're doing on the Slayton matter.
I'm sorry, what were the conditions on Mr. Harris again?
Stay away from all MARTA property, no illegal drugs, alcohol, and weapons. And then find jailing history. Okay.
Do we not have a Ricky Williams? I have a Ricky Williams on mine.
There is a Ricky Williams.
Waive his rights. Presence.
Waived his presence. Who represents Mr. Williams?
Sorry, I was muted this whole time, but I do, Your Honor.
All right, Ricky Williams is position 3025 CR 1226B, accused of criminal trespass. He's got 59 cycles, multiple open cases, and his presence has been waived by counsel. Ms. Pat and Mr. White, what's your recommendation?
$1,000 surety bond.
I believe Ms. Patton wanted to go off the record, or at least in a breakout room.
All right, is this
Yes,
an
thank you.
Okay, we'll address him shortly then.
Okay.
Francois, can we address Ms. Slayton?
Yes, Judge, here she is. Come on, Judge. She was also interviewed by Ms. Payton.
By whom?
Ms. Payton.
It was me, Ms. Payton. Yes.
All right. This is State versus Jesse, Jessie, middle name Ruth, Ruth, last name Slayton, Slaton. Ms. Slayton, you were booked and arrested on a charge of battery family violence. Please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say about the facts of your case, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, Ms. Samaya Patton will be representing you. With regards to Ms. Slayton, currently her booking number at the Fulton County Jail is 250-4216. Ms. Slayton, you were arrested on an outstanding warrant, and you've right now, your case is going to be accused so that it will be a formal case with the state court of Fulton County. And we are just awaiting for that accusation number. But in the meantime, with regards to Ms. Slayton, this is.
There's an accusation number if you want it.
We are ready.
I'm sorry.
We are ready.
It's 25 CR 001229, but I don't see what division it's assigned to.
Okay. So presently, her accusation number is 25 CR 001229, and it's going to be assigned to a specific judicial division within the state court of Fulton County. Ms. Slayton has got 12 arrest cycles, with her last arrest in Fulton County, Georgia, for aggravated assault and battery. And looks like that was in 2012. And that was a conviction for aggravated assault. And then she's got a 2005 aggravated assaults, which was dead documented. Ms. Pope, what is your recommendation?
The state's recommendation, based on the history as well as the serious nature of the allegations here, the allegation is that the defendant did strike Charlotte Taylor in her face with a glass picture frame, causing a laceration under her eye on her right cheek. Also with the prior aggravated assault and battery conviction, the state is asking for a $5,000 surety bond. No further contact with Charlotte Taylor. Stay away from 2479 Abner Terrace Northwest, Atlanta, Fulton County, Georgia.
Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor, we are going to request a signature bond. Ms. Layton is 66 years old. She's living at the 2479 Abner address with her son and brother. They are assisting her. She's on SSI, and has been for a long time. She is a native to, Georgia. We're gonna ask that she, be released on a signature bond.
Is there anyone here for Ms. Slayton at the present time? My greatest concern is the allegations, and this could have easily been a felony charge. Bond is going to be set at 3,500 on one count of battery family violence. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services. She's to have no further contact with Charla Taylor, and she has to stay away from the entire building at 2479 Abner Terrace in Northwest Atlanta. She's allowed a one-time visit to that location with a police officer to get her belongings, but within 30 days, she must then give us a new mailing address. She cannot stay at Abner Place. Do you understand, Ms. Slayton?
Yes, ma'am.
You cannot stay at that location. If you return to that location to live there, you'll be back in jail. So you tell me right now, do you want to stay in jail or do you want to have an opportunity to find a different place to stay? I can't hear you.
Find a new place to stay.
You have a different place to stay?
She said she's gonna try to find a new place to stay, Judge.
Okay, thank you. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. And she is to report to pretrial once a month. Thank you. And that's 3,500.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there any luck on Mr. Ray?
Is this Mr. Ray?
Yes.
R-A-Y-E. Could I have a booking number, please?
250-4235.
Ms. Pope or Mr. White, has this case been accused?
It has not been accused. The state's concern was that it was a part of an aggravated assault and theft by taking, same date and same, appears like it was charged in the alternative. So I believe that this should have been handled with the aggravated assault that he was also arrested on.
All right, and would that be for 25 PI 001833?
That's correct, an aggravated assault and theft by taking.
All right, so Mr. Jeroy Ray, R-A-Y-E, can you hear me, sir? You need to say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? Yes, ma'am.
I hear you now, thank you. Please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say about this case or any other case, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. If we have a accused case with the state court of Fulton County, that's going to be up to the prosecutor. But right now, they have not accused the case. So the only thing we have holding you on this case are the warrants for a misdemeanor offense of simple battery, family violence, and theft by taking. Do you understand?
And aggravated assault that he has a no bond on.
Well, for purposes of state court.
Right, so the concern is, I believe that theft by taken, since it's under the pre-indictment number, is being considered by the DA's office. So I don't know that the court has jurisdiction over the theft by taken.
Which charge is with me right now?
I don't believe any of them should be with you, but that's just the state's.
Let me rephrase the question.
Sure.
Which charge has not been addressed in felony court? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought you were trying to hear.
Only the simple battery.
Only simple battery. Thank you. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Anyways, you've already got a felony case, Mr. Ray. The case number is 25 PI 001833. That's your felony case. Do you understand? You
Yes.
just say yes or no, whether you understand.
Yes, I don't think she
Okay. The two charges in the felony case are aggravated assault and theft by taking. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have a third charge for simple battery family violence. It has not been included in the felony case. I do not know why. But right now, your bond for the simple battery family violence is going to be amended to $1,000 signature bond through jail. Understand?
Yes.
But you still cannot bond out because you've got no bond in your felony case.
He got bonds.
Oh, what's the bond?
The ag assault is 2,500, and the other charge is SOB jail.
Okay, so that's your bond right now on the felony charge. But you've got a Jonesboro hold
Yeah.
and you've got a Clayton County hold.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you make your bond, those counties will need to come and pick you up.
Right.
Thank you.
Will somebody from the jail alert the DA's office that this is the same charge, or do we need to call because it's charged in the alternative?
So
I don't want to handle it if they're going to be moving forward on the ag assault. It's
Ms. Pope, past experience, it has been Sylvia Falk or one of the ASGs who reaches out to the
Kelly.
DA's office and alerts them that there's another charge dangling around out there.
Okay.
And they can either take it or they can NOD it. Okay? All right. So that was the Ray case, and
I'm sorry, Your Honor, can you repeat what the amount on the signature bond was?
$1,000 signature bond through the jail. And Miss Patton, oh, were you the one? Okay, Miss Patton, I'm going to request that you submit a proposed order with the booking number 2504235. Do you want me to repeat it?
Booking order?
Booking number.
Oh, I have the booking number.
Okay, it has to be a proposed order for the charge of simple battery family violence. He's got $1,000 signature bond through the jail. He's got a felony bond in case 25 PI 001. I think it was 833. All right.
Okay.
Can you, and I know he walked out, but because it is against his ex-boyfriend, can we get a stay away and a no further contact?
I cannot issue any restrictions unless his case is accused.
So how did you issue the bond? Okay.
I can amend the bond on the warrant. Okay. Anything else, folks?
Only to address Ricky Williams, Your Honor.
Interview Mr. Dustin Davis. Who interviewing him? He's here.
That's going to be Miss Wills, and Miss Wills needs to speak to him in the courtroom too.
Oh, God.
If it's easier, they can give me a phone call, just whatever is easiest.
Put your number in the chat too. Okay. I think Mr. Davis was the only other case that, and what was the other one? Williams, right?
Ricky Williams, yes.
And where is Ricky Williams? Is that the MH matter? That we have to do a breakout.
Yes,
Yes,
the
Your Honor.
MH is an issue.
Okay. And that was your client, Miss Patton?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Strong, could you place ASG White, Miss Patton, and myself in a breakout, please? And hopefully we'll be ready to address Davis when we come out. Thank you. Okay, I think Miss Davis may still be conferring with her client, so.
We're ready.
Okay.
Wait, who was the person that we just did?
That was,
Rick Williams, right?
yeah, that was Williams, position 30.
What's his bond amount, Judge?
His bond is $2,000 surety, reset to March 20th.
Thank you.
Position 11 is Mr. Kendall Davis, case number 25CR 12068.
This is Dustin Davis.
Oh, Dustin, excuse me. Sorry. This is Dustin Allen Davis. Start again. This is the add-on to our calendar. Dustin Allen Davis, case number 25CR 001228J. Mr. Davis, Dustin Davis, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, like this virtual court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, Ms. Callie Willis will be representing you. Ms. Kelly Wills will be representing you. Now, you've been charged with one offense of criminal trespass. This was from East Point, Georgia, and it appears the incident date is March 17th, 2024. Mr. Davis, you had a failure to appear in East Point court, and you were given a $2,000 surety bond for failure to appear. It seems that you have requested a jury trial, so your case has now been transferred from East Point City Court to the Fulton County State Court, to where a jury trial will be held in the future. In the meantime, Mr. Howard, would you by any chance have any priors on Mr. Dustin Allen Davis?
Yeah, 2024 shoplifting no low, 2024 probation FTA, 2023 and 2 FTAs, 2024 possession of drug-related objects trespass, 2021 probation, 2021 trespass conviction, 2018.
That's good. Thank you. Ms. Pope?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's asking for a $2,500 surety bond on this charge, a stay away from the incident location of 2861 Point Street.
Ms. Wills?
Your Honor, I would ask for a signature bond. Mr. Davis is 55 years old. He states that at the time he was suffering from homelessness and was staying in an abandoned home. No one lived there. He was under the assumption that when law enforcement came out and spoke to him, that was the end of the case. He was not aware that the case was going to go any further than just that interaction he had with law enforcement last year. Again, this case did happen almost a year ago. He does state that he does have an address to go home to now. I would ask if he could tell one of the officers there to place his address in the chat so that he does not miss any court dates in the future, and I'll update his address in Odyssey. But again, I would be asking and requesting a signature bond.
It's $1,000 surety bond. Unfortunately, he's got these FTAs that disqualify him from a signature bond. Stay away from 2861 East Point Street in East Point, Georgia. And next court date is March 20th. Courtroom 2, would we be able to get Mr. Dustin Davis's current mailing address? No? All right, when they unmute, I think we can address it, but I think we're concluded with Mr.
Right now.
Okay, thank you.
So I won't have another court date until then?
Yes, your next court date, Mr. Davis, is going to be March 20th. Presently, you have a $1,000 surety bond, and we'll see you then, unless you bond out. Thank you. All right, Deputy, I'm going to go over the calendar. We good?
Yes.
All right, position well, on the add-on, position, Mr. Dustin Davis, that's $1,000 surety, reset to March 20th. On the addition that we just had for Miss Layton, and that was a 3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. And I'm trying to remember, was that going to be 25 CR 0012229
J.
J? Okay. And then on the other case that we had, Ray, R-A-Y-E, that's $1,000 signature bond through the jail on the simple battery charge, subject to his hold.
I apologize, Judge, so she's presenting this order to you because I didn't write this on my calendar because he's not.
Miss Patton, the emailing that order to you. Miss Patton, please email that order for Ray to Miss Casey Strong. Okay. All right, then on the main calendar, position 1 is $1,000 signature bond through the jail, further notice. 2 is posted bond, so it's further notice for trial. Position 3, Banks, is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial, level 1. 4, Beatty is a 2,500 split bond, reset date March 20th. Position 5, Bell, is a 3,000 signature bond through pretrial, level 1 per judge. 6, Berry is going to be $1,000 surety bond, reset March 20th. 7, Body is going to be a $1,500 split bond, March 20th. 8, Carter is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial, level 1 with an FFIP requirement. Position 9, Cloud, is going to be, I don't remember what I did there. Oh, here, this 2,000 surety bond, reset date March 20th. 10, Cole is a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial, level 2. Kendall Davis is a $4,500 surety bond, reset date March 20th. Position 12, Andre Dock is a 1,500 split bond, stay away from all GSU, March 20th. Espinoza is going to be a $1,000 signature bond through the jail. Flores Hernandez, and that's a $1,000 surety bond, reset date March 20th. Fowler is a $3,000 surety bond. Excuse me, $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1 for the notice. 16, Goodman is a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2.
Is that Goodman's first name, like Hnrrca? That's how you pronounce it? I mean, spell it? It's not a typo or nothing?
Yes, that's how you spell her name.
Okay, I was just making sure for the paperwork.
Goodman was 5,000 signature bond pretrial level 2 with FBIP and random screens. Hamblin is a 2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. 18, Harris is a $2,000 split bond, reset March 20th. 19, Hilton's a 5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2 FBIP requirement. 20, Johnson is a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial. Was it level 2?
I got 1.
Okay, level 1.
It probably should have been. I should have been 2, but I got 1. You did 1, so we roll with it.
Okay, so it's level 1 with FBIP requirement and no violent contact. 21, Millen is a 2,500 surety bond. Reset date to March 13th at 11 a.m. Sorry about that, guys. Position 22, Morris is a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. 23, Noah is a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. 24, Palmer is a, I don't think I added this, I think it was $4,000 surety.
Correct.
Okay, so reset date is March 20th. 25, Robertson is, for each case, he has positions 25 and 26. That's a $500 cash bond only. Reset date is March 20th.
Oh, wait, it's 500 on each?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was 1,000. Okay.
So it's 500 on position 25, 500 on position 26. Position 27, senior Blackman, is a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial level 3.
That was a split bond, right?
Oh, sorry, let me repeat that. That's a 6,500 split bond. 1,000 on the battery and no, 1,500 on the battery and 5,000 on the willful obstruction. Okay. And then Sharota, and he posted bond. Position 29, Tough, is a $2,000 surety bond, reset date March 20th. Position 30, Williams, is a $2,000 surety bond, reset March 20th at 11 a.m. 31, Wimbush is a $1,000 surety, reset date March 20th. 32, Yancey is a $1,500 surety, reset March 20th. That was it.
And what you said about Williams? He's reset to Monday?
Reset to March 20th at 11 a.m.
Judge, you said Hilton had a FVIP.
Let me go back to Hilton. Give me the oh, yes, he does have a FVIP and no contact with Shay Sullivan. Stay away from Ira Street.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
And what was Palmer's bond again?
Who?
Palmer. 24.
Palmer was a total of 4,000 surety. Do you want the breakdown?
No.
All right, Miss Patton, one order from you to Miss Strong, Miss Willis. Nothing else from you, I'm sure. So you get to enjoy the rest of Saturday. Patton has got homework. So, all right, folks, y'all have a good day, and thank you so much. Y'all made it so easy for such a large calendar. I really appreciate it. Thank
I
you.
was concerned this morning when I saw all those cases that we'd be here to 5 o'clock, but no, we were not. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend.